Have I got a treat for you today? Here's a sneak peek of this creation. So first of all, thank you so much to Travelling Tramps and Simply Nanette. So appreciate your love and support. Please do check out their channels. And we're so excited, Kim and I, my lovely friend Kim and I are collabing, and we have special guests, Adrian and Cory from Art's Really Cool. Now the four of us got together, and if you haven't checked out their channel, please do. We had an erupting volcano from the sea challenged by my friend Richard. So I hope, Richard, you're watching. When we had this challenge, everybody thought, how nuts, what are we going to do? But volcanoes do erupt from the sea, and each one of us set about doing something, and it was challenging, it was exciting, and it was hilarious. So today I thought, I'm going to try doing a bloom. So I'm using the Shelee Art technique, and I'll put all the details in the description of the mixes, the blooms that I do. And I've got a really basic bloom pillow, and my paints are mixed to the consistency that I normally would for a bloom. Now I've got some videos in my playlist, which I'll put at the end of this video and the description, that will show you all those details. But for the purposes of today, I just want to show you the process and for you to enjoy it, because there's enough things in this video that are complicated without adding all of the details for that as well. So this is my red going down, and the red is mixed with my pouring medium, which is 50% pouring medium and 50% paint. So this is a really basic acrylic paint. I've got permanent rose, and I've got red, and I've got blue from Black & Crawford. Really basic paints, but they work a treat. And if you're in the UK, they're from the works. So try the basic acrylics and see how they work out. Now this one is my classic blue-green Pebeo. Absolutely love using that colour. And I've just put there the black cell activator, and there's the white cell activator. So I want you to put the black and the white through on separate swipes to create a lava effect and the volcano coming through the sea. So first of all, I've put in my palette knife through and I'm swiping through the black. Can you see the cells that are popping up already through the red and the blue? So I now know that there's a bit of red that's gone through the blue nicely, and I'm now swiping through with the white cell activator. Both cell activators are Amsterdam. They make fantastic cell activators mixed with the usual Shelee Art bloom cell activator technique, which is Australian Floetrol. And you seriously, doing the course has been a game changer, the Shelee Art course. So please do have a look to doing that for yourself and your development if you want to do blooms. So I've been putting some more cell activator on my palette knife and swiping it through, and I'm going to put the remainder of the pillow down so that the bloom swipe fluid art painting today can make its way across the canvas and drip off nicely. I'm really excited to see what design is going to come out today. I know the colours are okay, and I'm really hoping there'll be a lava feel from that volcano. And I'm just thinking fire, and I'm thinking water, those two really strong elements and how they react together. So you can see the pillow is fairly thick. The UK paints are thicker than a lot of the paints all over the world, and you have to add a bit of water to the pillow, whereas usually you don't add water to pillows in other countries. That's currently what the thing is in the UK anyway. This changes as the manufacturers tend to change their ingredients. So a bit more white cell activator. I'm just thinking, oh, that could be a bit of foam in the blue there. You know how, if a volcano erupts, there's that foam and sort of disruption, bubbles bubbling up before the volcano explodes. So I can see the cells opening up, and using that black swipe a little minute ago really seemed to be a good addition. But I didn't want too much black there, so that's why I'm using white now for the rest of the bloom swipe. I've got a few air bubbles. One of the things I would say is please leave your paints overnight, because the air bubbles will then disperse. So I'm using my cocktail stick and putting a bit of a pattern in to create a little bit of movement to the bottom of the water. And I'm enjoying the cells popping up as I do that. If you were to put this on fast forward, you see how the cells are developing nicely. So I've got a bit of a spin there. And I'm just seeing how I want it to turn out. So I'm going to pick it up and give it a tilt and decide which bits to keep. Just before I do each painting, most of the paintings I do a drip test. So I get a tile and I put one little drip of all the paints to see the consistency. The pillow paint always needs to be the thickest, followed by the paints that go on top, and then followed by the cell activator. So the cell activator is the thinnest. So I'm dripping it off the side there. I want it to go right over the edge because I want to stretch out those gorgeous cells. The two blues and the white are in that corner there, and the red is coming through so nicely. It's quite interesting because there's only one metallic paint or iridescent paint in this one, and the rest are just acrylic, opaque paints. So I'm tilting it now gently. Can you see the sheen and the shimmer? Pretty, isn't it? What do you think of it so far? Can you see the potential for that volcanic eruption from the sea? Can you see the cells stretching out? So I'm tilting it really gently and being really patient, and I'm going to do a quick spin and then I let it dry, and I'm going to do some spray painting and create a planet. Now you might be saying, how can you be spray painting this? Isn't it okay as it is? And why are you putting a planet on a painting that's supposed to be an eruption of a volcano from the sea? Wow, here's my logic. So when we were challenged by Richard, I set out to capture this abstract energy of a volcano erupting from the bottom of the ocean. And I wanted to use vibrant hues of iridescent blue, pink and red. And then I'd think, oh, this is like a fiery explosion. Bring it to life. Use the bloom technique because the cells might be able to enhance that lava feel. And then I thought, oh, as it dried, I had this idea about, so when lava cools, it solidifies. And that could be meaning that it's the laying of a foundation for new land. Haha, do you know where I'm going with this? So when you think about the explosion of a volcano coming up from the sea, you think destruction. But what happens after that? So let your imagination soar now as we project this land that's formed from the lava into space. And we're going to envisage brand new planet teeming with life. So the fiery reds and the blues swirling around the planet, they're going to symbolise the elements of fire and water, and that is essential for the birth of new worlds. So as the gases settle, I'll come back in a moment and show you exactly how I'm going to do it. But first I wanted to add a little bit more white, give it one more spin off, and just watch as that dark lava feeling came through. Can you see? I love that bit. Part of me wanted to leave it as it was. Can you see the water, like the movement in the water? So it's a snapshot of that image that I was going for. Okay, so I left this to dry. It took about 3 days to fully dry. The paint was quite thick. Can you see there's like a lava type feeling to it? And that movement, it's almost like a cloud down the bottom in the sea. I was really enjoying that, but I did want to add to it, and I had this idea and I thought, I'm going to have to go for it. So I did. So I finished it off and I scraped away all the bits on the side, put it to one side, and then once it was dry, this is what it looked like. So imagine this planet that's going to be forming is going to be surrounded by these gases, and I thought I need to put a bit of black on the bottom. It's really important to hold the spray can vertically, otherwise it doesn't last for long. But I did find that it wouldn't work because I'd lost the stickiness behind the planet, so I did it for a second, do some spraying. So it was okay, but you can't hold it in that position for long. And that can was almost on its way out, so I had to use a fairly new one and shake it quite a lot to get it going. So ordinarily I would have had the patience to just hold it on the board and spray paint that way. So if you imagine, as I'm spray painting, the gases are settling in space, and imagine the potential for life to emerge, bringing hope and possibility to this cosmic canvas. Now, if you watch a few of my videos, you know how much I love doing planet pours, and I'm experimenting different ways of doing it. So if you have any ideas or any colour palettes, and I have had some people suggest some recently, haven't forgot them. Debbie and Kayleen, I've half done yours, and I can't wait to show you soon. So I hope you've enjoyed this today. I've really enjoyed sharing this process with you. Here is a damp wet wipe. Someone was asking that recently. I use it in so many ways. I dab it, I smooth it, I move my finger around and use a different part of the wipe. I just play around with it, and I'm using my hand and arm more to protect the parts of the painting that I don't want to be covered. So I wanted to have, I see where the shading of the planet is dark. I wanted to have a darker feel behind it, so it was matching the shadow there, and where the white shadow, where the white sort of light part of the planet is, I wanted that to be mirrored as well. So I don't think I showed it here, but I did a few sprays of white, holding my hand up in the direction of where that sort of blue and white pool of water was before, to give an image of stardust and gas, because that's what you have mostly in space. So I want to say how exciting it's been today. Thank you so much to Adrian and Cory for joining us on this challenge today. Thank you so much to Richard for challenging us, and thank you so much to Kim. Let's go and check out what these wonderful artists and amazing friends have created. So if you haven't checked out the channels, please go and check out Art's Really Cool and Kim's Art Alchemy. And don't forget, your art is a piece of you. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and share. And I hope to see you again soon. Take care now. Bye.